everybody! Before I start my review of Alien Covenant, you may be wondering, where the heck have I been for the last few weeks? Why have videos been so infrequent? I mean, the last video I did was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which was 2 weeks ago. And the reason that videos haven't been so frequent, and the reason that I haven't had something for 2 weeks, is because I've actually been working on a short film since February. The short film's about 20 minutes long. It's actually like the first legit short film I've ever made. I got to work on it with school people and my family. We all collaborated to make this project happen. And it's something I'm really passionate about. I've been working on it since February, actually. Like, February is when I started working on the script and all that. And I've been working on that a lot. The filming has been going very well. In the last few weeks, I've been dedicating most of my time to filming this short film. The filming's all complete. The film is actually almost done already. So I'm gonna probably release that maybe next weekend. I'm not sure exactly when I'm gonna release it, but it will be on this channel, and you guys will be able to see it. I'm very excited for you all to see this film. I've been working really hard on it, and that's basically why videos have been less frequent, because a lot of my time has been dedicated to this. The review should have came out on Saturday because I saw this movie on Friday, but now it's coming out on Sunday because I was busy filming all day long. So basically, now you get it. Now I've given you that update about my short film, and now you know why this review is late and why I haven't been reviewing stuff as much. So hey, yay, Alien Covenant time! Alien Covenant is directed by Ridley Scott, and it stars Michael Fassbender, Katherine Waterston, and Danny McBride. And this movie is basically the sequel to Prometheus. This is a continuation of the Prometheus film that came out in 2012, where it was sort of the origins of the Alien universe. This is a sequel to that, but it's also a prequel to Alien. So this basically is an Alien film being merged with Prometheus. There's a lot of themes that Prometheus explored that are continued in this movie. In this movie, there was not a lot known about it going into the trailers. It basically just looked like another Alien movie where the crew goes to a planet and blardy-blardy-blah, it's the same sort of thing. But there actually are a lot of different things about this movie that I'm not going to spoil. But basically what this movie is about, it's a new crew. A new crew goes to this planet and they basically discover that it's a planet because they're wanting to colonize something, but they see that there's a planet that has sort of inhabitable life and they can go on there and survive. So they go on this planet and then bad things happen, basically. I don't want to spoil anything because there were a lot of things that surprised me during this movie. So guys, I was really looking forward to Alien Covenant. I mean, this franchise has been going on since the 70s. It started with Alien, which is one of the best sci-fi movies ever made. That movie, everything about it is perfect, and it was followed by a sequel that is just as good as it. I'd actually say Alien is slightly better than Aliens, but I love Aliens to death. That is an incredible sequel. Screw 3 and 4 and the Alien vs. Predator movies. I haven't even seen them all the way through, but I've seen quite a bit of them, and they're not good. And Prometheus is a movie that was very polarizing to audiences, because in 2012, Ridley Scott directed a new movie in the Alien universe, and people were like, oh my gosh, we're getting a new good Alien movie. But it wasn't about aliens, it was about a totally different story, and it left a lot of things open and made you think about the movie. It was a very smart movie, and a lot of people aren't big fans of Prometheus. I personally think it's a great sci-fi movie that was really smart and asked a lot of questions of the audience and didn't spoon-feed information into your mouth. I love films that do that, and I thought Prometheus did that so well. Because Prometheus, absolutely, towards the end, they really do set up a sequel. They're like, there's gonna be another one. It's kind of obvious that there's gonna be another one after Prometheus. It was like, how could they leave it like that? That didn't make any sense. There was a lot of unanswered questions in Prometheus that are leading into Alien Covenant. But one of the things I was worried about was that it would literally be a remake of the original Alien. That was something I was really worried about because it looked kind of like that from the trailers. I was like, I kind of wanted a more Prometheus-style movie, and it was just kind of like the same old from the trailers. That's what it looked like to me. But I'm happy to say that this movie isn't the same old. This movie actually has a lot of surprising things about it. Yes, there are alien aspects in this movie. There's xenomorphs that they have to fight off. There's a whole crew that gets killed off and all that. A lot of the crew members end up dying in this movie. There are similar things in this movie to the other Alien films. Even Prometheus, if you think about it, even though that was such a different movie, did have some similarities to the other Alien movies. Like, all the crew gets wiped out and there's only a few left in the end. But there is a major storyline of this movie that I'm not going to spoil because it wasn't mentioned at all in the trailers. It's basically a continuation of the Prometheus storyline, and I'm not going to spoil it because the trailers said nothing about it. This storyline is easily the best part of Alien Covenant. It was utterly fascinating. It was a way to make this movie different and not just the same old movie that we've seen so many times. There are a lot of things in this storyline that really surprised me, and I think it really is the core of this movie. That storyline, that continuation of Prometheus, was really the core of this movie. Speaking of some of the best things about this movie, Michael Fassbender in this movie is absolutely incredible. There are a lot of surprises that happen with him in this movie, and I'm obviously not going to spoil anything about his character, but this is one of the best Michael Fassbender performances I've ever seen, I think. I think this is one of the best performances I've seen from Michael Fassbender, and that's saying a lot because he's a really good actor. Katherine Waterston I also thought was good. Her character is actually getting a lot of flack, and I don't really get why. A lot of people are comparing her to Ripley, saying she's the exact same as Ripley, but she, to me, was more of a side character. I think this movie really is focusing on Michael Fassbender. He's the core of this movie, and she's more of like the second-hand character. I found her to be really good in this movie. She was very heroic, she had layers to her character, and I thought her character was really good. She's another great alien hero. Like, we already have Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver, one of the best actresses ever, and we also have Elizabeth Shaw in Prometheus, and now we have Katherine Waterston in this movie, and they're all really good. I really liked her in this movie. The movie doesn't really focus that much on the other characters, because it's mainly focused on Michael Fassbender, but one of the characters I also really liked that was a standout was Danny McBride. I really liked him in this movie. The Xenomorph I also thought looked really impressive. I think this is the best looking Xenomorph that we've had so far, and a lot of people are saying that the Xenomorph doesn't look good in this movie, and I honestly don't get it. I think he looks fantastic. I think that the Xenomorphs in this movie look really, really great. The movie also has incredibly suspenseful moments. This movie is incredibly suspenseful at times, and it's easily the most violent alien movie we've had so far. This is the most R out of all the alien movies. You know, it was really great to see because it was so suspenseful, so nerve-wracking, and disturbing, and it was great. They did a really good job with that aspect of the movie. One of the things that really surprised me about Alien Covenant is that the reviews for this movie have been a little bit mixed. If you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score, it is good, but a lot of people have been saying this movie is really disappointing and it could have been a lot better. A lot of people are saying this movie is one of the weakest Alien movies along with 3 and 4. And I don't understand that, to be completely honest. I think this movie is really good, and I may be in the minority with that, but I was really fascinated, especially with the continuing of the Prometheus storyline and Michael Fassbender in this movie, and the characters and the new stuff in this movie really fascinated me. So I honestly don't get why this movie is getting mixed reviews. It's not a perfect movie though, and it does have problems. One of the things I didn't like about this movie was that it was really obvious whenever a character was about to get killed off. A lot of the characters are really disposable in this movie, but I didn't exactly mind that because it was obviously more focused on Michael Fassbender and Katherine Waterston, but there are a lot of disposable characters, and it's always so predictable when they're about to get killed. They do that cliche thing where they like go into a forest and take a smoke, and you're just like, yeah, he's about to get killed by something, and it was really predictable at times whenever a person was about to get killed. A thing I love about Alien and Aliens and Prometheus even was that the deaths were really unpredictable. You can't really tell when people are about to get killed for the most part, and unfortunately with this movie it is pretty predictable when some of the characters are about to die. There also is something in the third act that I really liked. It had to do with Prometheus, and it was something that I was hoping for, and I was really hoping would happen, and I was like, if they don't do this, I'm gonna be disappointed, and it was something that was like, it was really exciting, and it was really good, but the execution of it could have been a bit better. I can't really spoil anything about it, because it's a huge spoiler, but the execution of said thing in the third act could have been better to make something less predictable towards the end. That's all I'll say. I think the execution of that could have been better. But guys, overall, I don't really get the mixed reviews of Alien Covenant. I actually thought this was a really good Alien movie. I think Prometheus is slightly better, and I think I like the first 2 Alien movies the best, but this movie still is really good, and I'm gonna give it an A-. I know that's probably really surprising from a lot of you. A lot of people have been seeing B's and B- for this movie in a lot of the reviews that have been on YouTube, but I really liked it. I'm sorry. I don't understand a lot of the mixed reviews surrounding this movie. Alright guys, if you like this video, be sure to like it, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I can't wait to show you my short film that I mentioned earlier. That's going to be out hopefully within the following week, I hope. That's the plan. And I can't wait to show you that. And bye-bye now. Yay!